Hey there, Julian here, and let's get tippy. So this is a Divhunt plugin tutorial. I'm going to show you how to add tooltips to anything on your site with just a few clicks. Absolutely no code, and yeah, that's about it. So let's get into it. As always, the first thing that you're going to need to do is install Tippy. Let's go over to settings, go to browse plugins, and right now it is over here, Tippy.js. So just hit install. You can go back to the builder, wait a few seconds, it is going to refresh, and voila, Tippy is installed. So now let's use it. Let's find a good use case on this site. In this case, it is this logos area right here. Let's just say I want to say the name of the client. So I'm going to go ahead and click this image right over here, and I'm going to go to transform, and I'm going to select Tippy tooltip. So what we have here is all of our options. So if I check it out right now, we can see it already says client name as just a placeholder. The other items in the loop don't do anything because we haven't set them up that way. Now, first of all, we can change the name to logo Ipsum because that's what it says in the logo, and then it updates as we want it to. Beautiful. Moving down, we have click. So click just makes it so instead of hovering over, as you saw, which is probably the more common use case, you have to click it and unclick. So if you want that, then go for it. But in this case, we want it to be on hover, so we've switched it back. Position, we've got a whole bunch of different things. So the most commonly used are going to be top, right, bottom, and left, which, well, do exactly what they say they do. But there are some other ones which, especially for bigger elements, are going to come in handy. So top start, for example, what you'll see over here is it's going to align to the top left. Top end is going to be top right, so on and so forth. In this case, let's go ahead and set this to bottom. Actually, I think would be the best. There we go. So now that we have that arrow, you'll notice this little pointy thing right here. So if you don't want that, you can click false. I think it looks nice just to indicate where that is coming from. So let's go ahead and set that to true. Follow cursor is going to do, well, exactly what it says. It's going to follow the cursor around when you hover over it, like so. Let's set that back to false. Max width, you're not going to need this for very short titles like this, but let's just say it's something longer. Like, let's just take logo Ipsum and paste it a bunch of times. So now, that's a little bit much. What if we wanted to just create a new line? Let's go ahead and set this max width to 200 pixels. Go there, and as you can see, it creates a new line. So if you have longer paragraphs, for example, this is going to come in handy. Let's just set this back to logo Ipsum. A little bit more normal of a use case here. So light theme does exactly what it says. In this case, of course, dark theme looks better, but if you want it to be a light theme, then you can go ahead. Actually, I kind of like that. I'm going to keep it that way. So that's it for these options. And then finally, we have animation. So the type, there are just 4 types. Scale is what you see right now, where it kind of grows in. Then we have shift away, which is going to slide out like that. Then we have shift towards, which is going to slide up at it. There we go. Then we have perspective, which like folds out, I guess you could say. So it's kind of hard to see. You'll see it very clearly in a sec when I show you the speed controls. So 200 is a nice little, slow but noticeable animation. But you can, of course, control the speed however you want. So let's just, to be ridiculous here, set this to 5,000. And you'll understand perspective a little bit more. So it just slowly folds out. Can't say I would recommend that speed. Let's go ahead and set this back to 200. And I think scale is probably my favorite. This is hover in, this is hover out. You can adjust the speeds accordingly, whatever makes sense for you. And yeah, that's about it. So that is how you can very easily add tooltips to any site in just a few clicks without any code. I will talk to you soon.